Hello everyone and welcome to Marine Electrical Made Easy. I am ETO Devadas and in this channel we simplify marine electrical and electronic systems in an easy and practical way. In today's video we are going to learn the working principle of fluorescent light and fittings on board ship. I will also share some quick troubleshooting tips and practical methods to identify and solve common faults immediately. So stay tuned, learn with confidence, and let us make marine electrical easy together. So let us begin. Now you can see in the screen the fluorescent lights. You can see hundreds of fluorescent light fittings on board ship. Now how it is working? Now you can see in the screen there is the light fitting, the fluorescence lamp, and you can see a starter, and there is a choke. The choke we can call it as a ballast also. It is nothing but it is a coil. Now how it is working? Now there is a switch, that is our voltage will be 110 volt or 230 volt in the ship. Now when the switch is turned on, now this switch is when the switch is turned on, the electricity flows through the starter and heats the filament at both ends of the tube. Okay, so there are two filaments are fitted at the end of both the end, and this will get heated up. Now after heating, the starter automatically open the circuit. So the starter, you can see it is a bimetallic contact. When it is get heated up, it will get open. Now there is a high voltage will be produced because of the ballast. So that is why the ballast actually creates a high voltage surge. Now you must understand, suddenly there is a break happening and a high voltage surge is happening, and gas ionization. This high voltage passes through the gas and mercury vapor inside the tube. Now what happens? There is ultraviolet light produced. The mercury vapor produces invisible ultraviolet UV light. The phosphor coating inside the tube converts UV light into visible white light. So finally the tube glows brightly. Now you can see the diagram here. So this is how the diagram is. In the when you open the tube light, this fluorescence lamp fitting, because we can call it as a tube light fitting, but the technical name is fluorescence light fittings. So when you open that, this diagram you can see in the fitting, and go through the diagram. And now you see the main parts of a fluorescence lamp. What are all the main parts? The glass tube filled with low pressure mercury vapor and gas. The two filaments, both the sides we already discussed. Then ballast, that is called as a choke. Control current, how it is controlling current? There is a break happening in the circuit, and that is why the high voltage is producing momentarily. And that is why then what happens? Okay, starter has start the lamp, phosphor coating inside of the lamp. Now you see, after once the tube light, when the high voltage produces, the current will pass us, will current, it will bypass the starter, and it will pass from in the tube itself, from the one filament to the other filament, the electron flow will happen. So after that, once the tube is burnt, then you can remove the starter. Nothing will happen because it is not going through, the current is not passing through the starter. So you can see, and this already we discussed. And now there are common faults, because there are, as I told you, there are hundreds of light fitting will be fitted on board ship. Every time, every day, one or two light fitting will become flickering, or it is not working. So it is for easy repairing, I will give you few tips. Now the maximum problem comes with the starter and faulty ballast. If the choke is not able to produce voltage, then burn tube filament. So the filament, filament property finish. Then there is no electron flow will happen. Then maximum the loose connection. Loose connection, how it is happening? Because the lamp is fitting in two holders. So that holder become loose, then there is no connectivity. So it will not work. So what you have to do is, you have to check the power supply and switch, if the switch is working okay or not. Then replace the starter and see, and check ballast continuity. Then replace tube if filament is open, and tighten wiring connections, and the holders. You have to check the holders whether that pin is sitting properly or not. Now dim light output, it is because of the low voltage, and sometimes the tube is dirty, so you can clean that one. Then old ballast, then aged, over a period of time, the tube will not work properly, so you have to change a new one. Then check voltage, clean lamp surface, replace ballast or tube. Now many times you will see the tube is flickering, so you have to replace the starter or the fluorescence lamp. Then if after replacing the starter and the fluorescence lamp still you have problem, still it is not working, then you check the lamp holders where the pin is sitting. So whether it is sitting properly or not, the making contact or not. Then if the holder, sometimes what happens, because of the heat, that will get material is the property of the material is finished, and because of that the contact, it will not be making proper contact. In that case, you have to change the lamp holder. Both the holders you check, and both the holders are defective, then replace with a. Okay, now you notice the starter and the lamp is flickering. That means the starter is defective. If the lamp is flickering, then the lamp is defective. So you replace with a new one. Then your problem is over. And this is all for today. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.